Good morning. Hello, Kirk. How are you today?
Great, Stephanie. How about yourself?
Great. I'm really excited to have Kirk Taylor join us today. He's the president and co-founder of Land Betterment. And we've been doing a series entitled Meet the Eco Solutions Management Team. This is the sixth and final, and it's very apropos to have Kirk join this because he's going to tie in all of the previous conversations and tie this back into land betterment. So during those 6 months that we've been meeting with the senior management team of Eco Solutions, which is a division of Land Betterment, we learned about what's driving the team, what they bring to the team, and also we've had a chance to learn about the full array of solutions that Eco offers, such as commercial, recreational, residential, as well as crisis recovery, using our customized, upcycled, and sometimes double recycled shipping containers. So, Kirk, I would love it if you could expand upon how Eco Solutions ties into the land betterment mission and what really excites you about what we're doing here. So I'll stop talking and let you talk because they want to hear from you, not me.
Yeah, no, thanks, Stephanie. So Land Betterment was founded February of 2020, just a few weeks before the United States was gripped by the global pandemic, and all the things that we wanted to look to solve through Land Betterment, environmental remediation, uplifting communities through positive change, positive solutions, really was brought into the forefront during 2020, right after Land Betterment was founded. One of the challenges we saw in many communities was the need for sustainable, safe housing that was delivered in a meaningful and quick fashion. And that obviously was no truer than during 2020, 2021, where the entire supply chain was disrupted. And so that pushed our focus into finding a modular solution that would hold up to use, hold up to environmental challenges, but also provide someone with the pride of home ownership. And we looked all across the world for solutions, and we found several instances of containers being used for high-end, maybe Instagram worthy homes, but not really for usable working family homes. And so we challenge ourselves to find uh, an operating partner to deliver this solution to the communities that we were already working in. And it was hard to find somebody to match our vision with the actual ability to produce at the price and quality that we needed. And so, as you've demonstrated through this Fireside chat series, we have a robust team that's supporting Eco Solutions and has really made our vision of what sustainable, safe housing can look like in practice. All of that was accelerated when tornadoes went through Kentucky that really gripped many of the community members that we work with on a daily basis. We pivoted our solution to go from long-term permanent housing to short-term rescue housing. It was not ever part of our business plan initially, but the viability and variability of the eco solution made it possible. And so within just a few days, we were able to have several displaced families housed in homes that were actually meaningful to them and not a tent or a roadside shack, right? And so I think that
Right.
really fast forwarded the solution of the container in a practical sense, both from a long-term housing standpoint, but also in a more rapid response. And so that's grown from 4 or 6 homes to now having, I think we have like about 60 units deployed across all of our sales verticals. And the feedback that we get continues to validate our initial mission of bringing a home to people who maybe otherwise would not have had one. We have 16 homes in in a permanent village in Eastern Kentucky. We have about 13 in kind of an Airbnb recreational purpose in Southern Alabama. The feedback from all of those continues to be great. And we're really happy to expand into some really high impact commercial avenues as well.
Yeah, that's super cool. And I love that some of those homes were taken from the crisis when they were no longer needed and moved to a more recreational situation, which is where we kind of came up with the term double recycled. So, you know, they've gone across the ocean and then they've gone to crisis recovery and now they're being used recreationally, which is fantastic. And you touched on the commercial piece, and there's some really cool things going on at Eco, and they're probably some of the things that excite you most. Do you want to talk about any of them?
Yeah, I would love to talk about all of them. Not all of them I'm able to talk about, given
Fair.
some of the sensitivity around some of their projects. So some of the exciting recreational opportunities that we've had are outside dining facilities, movable event space where a fully stocked container can be moved from festival to festival. We could also do permanent food festivals in major cities that can support local food entrepreneurs, local festivities.
And those things are on wheels, right? So they can just be moved easily.
They have RV power hookup, so you don't need to have you don't need to bring generators. You don't need to bring higher level electricity use. We've also I have this written down so I won't forget it. We've also delivered into the space some unique sustainable solutions. So on the water recycling front, both new water, we're able to purify through rainwater capture. We're also able to install, one of our partners has wastewater treatment technology. We've been able to install that in a movable container to go from site to site. Again, fully encompassed within the Eco container, being able to be plugged in, moved from site to site. So that way you don't need to bring along infrastructure when you're going from site to site. And we are really excited for future announcements around container-based agriculture, both in actual new production, but also in some really interesting work around the soil and fertilizer work that we're hoping to be able to talk about here during 2024.
Awesome. So these aren't projects that we are actually doing. We have partners that have come to us who are experts in these fields and who have asked us to create or construct this vehicle for them, correct?
That's right. So Pete Rodriguez and the Eco team are wonderful at taking someone's solution and then inventing basically the delivery mechanism for that solution. You know, we're not inventing housing or fertilizer recycling or outdoor dining, but we're inventing that delivery mechanism to do that in a sustainable way, but also a very aesthetically pleasing way and a functional way, right? So we're not just recycling something just to recycle it. We're not delivering something that people don't want, but we're doing it in that economical and sustainable way that meets all the functional needs or exceeds all the functional needs of other alternative delivery mechanisms.
Great point. And the other thing I like that you said, we're not just creating Instagrammable homes or dwellings. And when I spoke with our boutique retreat portfolio manager, James, who manages our Airbnb rentals, he said to me, people come to me and say, oh my God, I didn't realize these things were real. I thought they were just on Instagram. And so what we're doing is really real. And people are actually, you know, living in them and staying in them. So that I just wanted to bring that up. Is there anything
feedback,
else?
The real feedback, Stephanie, is not picture based. It's from people utilizing them for their intended purpose, right? So giving tours, walking through them, getting the feedback from people who live in or stay in them. has been amazing. Last year, we were able to do a 20-foot recreational container for a motocross rider, and the feedback that he gave was very powerful, where our solution was better than most of the RV motor coach solutions that the other riders had. And he actually had other riders coming in, staying in our container to stay warm because their motor coaches were not airtight enough to keep the cold out, but ours was, which is great
And
feedback.
it was
So
right at the track, right? I mean, it was
right.
right there.
Yep.
He could sleep, eat, entertain, anything
Yep.
that he needed to do in a really cool contemporary home.
That's right.
Cool.
So not only meeting functional needs, but aesthetic needs. All those things are really well encompassed in that eco solution. And again, the team is phenomenal. You put a problem in front of them, and they'll come to you with the right solution that delivers whatever that functional need is, but at a really good price point.
Yeah, and that came through, I think, loud and clear in just about every interview I did with the 5 individuals. They love to do things that are hard. They love to create things that have never been done before. So I would say stay tuned. I think we have a lot of really cool things on the forefront. Is there anything else you want to add before we run off to our next thing today?
Yeah, no, I would challenge everybody to throw ideas at us and opportunities, and we'll match it, and we'll deliver a solution that will meet your needs. So yeah, looking forward to working with many more people on that front.
Awesome. Well, we'll end it here so people can go about their days. Thanks for your time, Kirk, and enjoy your day.
Yep, you as well, Stephanie. Thanks.